Tänast Masinawärgi videot me alustame siit Stuttgartist Emiluu hotelli eest. Miks ma olen Stuttgartis, sellest peagi lähemalt, kuid kõigepealt ma pean natukene rääkima sellest linnast. Let's go! Stuttgart on üks põnev saksa linn, kuhu võib-olla turistid just liiga tihti ei satu. Küll aga on üks grupp inimesi, kellele selle linna muuseumid just väga huvi pakuvad. Otse loomulikult räägin meist petrolheidedest, autoentusiastidest, sest et siin Stuttgardi linnas asuvad sellised kaks muuseumit nagu Porsche ja Mercedes-Benz. Ja ilmselgelt on need kaks kõige inimkülastatavamad muuseumid. Stuttgart ise kutsutakse the cradle of the automobile ehk siis autonduse sünnihälliks, sest just siin lõi Karl Benz oma Benz patent motorkaari 1885. aastal. Tänasel päeval asuvad siin linnas mõlemad nii Porsche kui ka Mercedese peakontorid. Stuttgarti peetakse Saksamaa autopealinnaks. Küll aga ei sõidutatud meid täna kumbagisse neist muuseumitesse, vaid kuskile, kus tehakse midagi palju erilisemat. Seda kohta minu selja taga kutsuti algupäraselt personaliseerimise programmiks. 1986. aastal muudeti ta Porsche Exclusive'iks ja tänapäeval on ta Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur. Let's go!
So basically what we have here is plenty of room to just spread out and spread all the samples. We have a little library in the back, so you can refer to some historic models. Maybe choose from the Carrera RS 2.7 different color combinations to come up with your personal combination for your new car. And as you can see, besides what is on the desk here, it's rather clean because the true colors and the true surprises is basically like in a jewelry shop in the drawers. And as you can see, it's not so much about can we do blue, it's more about which blue do you want. And of course, once you have the exterior, this is only one step, but for most cars the most important step, because the exterior is just the most obvious way of individualizing your car. But let's say you choose for, let's say, different gray tones. Then of course you go the next step and you go into the interior. And this is why we have these sample books. I just chose the red. We also have green, brown and so on, but might be a cool combination. So almost similar to when you go to a furniture shop, you have all the leather samples. And this is something that's always very important. You have to touch the leather and you have to maybe even smell it. You have to take the samples outside if it's nice outside, see what the reflection is like in different light situations. And then you're narrowing it down to maybe a very aggressive red. Yeah? Then you have the exterior-interior combination, and this is also only the second step, because then you add different trims, for example. So you can go with the wooden or the carbon fiber, you can have brushed aluminum, you can have a leather, but maybe do a little bit more sportier way, so you combine that with the carbon fiber. You can do that on the trims going along the dashboard, also in the doors, of course also in the steering wheel, and then you're working it down to the different trims. So the stitching, for example, maybe go the hard contrast of blue, but also maybe a silver or a reddish. And this is the way we are working together with the customer. So it's not our idea to put as much into the car as possible. Our idea is more to get the perfect setup, the perfect configuration that matches the customer wishes best. And once you have the setup, we transfer it to the Porsche center, wherever the customer is from, and the customer orders the car at the Porsche center.
Kiire ajalugu Manufaktuurist. Kõik see alguse 1950-ndatel, kui Porsche 356 sai endale karvkatte 1978. Isikupärastamise osakond saab alguse. Luuakse koht, kus seeriautode erilahendused ja erisoovid saavad alguse. 1983 Porsche Street Legal versioon Type 935-st. Ainueksemplar. 1989 7 spetsiaalselt valmistatud Porsche 959 mudelit Shake'ile. 1992 kuni 1993 86 erimudelit 911 Turbo S-ist. 2009 kuni 2010 911 Porsche Classic erimudel legendaarse taktseiliga ja 19 tollistud Porsche Classic velgedega. Edasi kuni 2018. aastani 365 ühikut 911 Speedsterit, 13 ühikut 911 Club Coupe eriversiooni, 100 ühikule limiteeritud Panamera Exclusive seeria ja 500 ühikut 911 Turbo S Exclusive'it. Ehk Porsche Exclusive Manufaktur pakub laia võimalust isikupärastamisvõimalusi välimuse ja interiööri täiustamiseks, alates üksikmuudatustest kuni ulatuslike ümberehitusteni. Seda kõike tehakse käsitsi siin Schuffenhausenis. See maja ise on erilise ajalooga, sest et hilistel 30-ndatel sai kõik siit alguse. See on The Factory One. Praegusel tänapäeval siin kõrval tehases toodetakse 911-seid, 917-meid ja Taikane. Ja nii üllatav, kui see poleks, sest siin kõrvalhoones istuvad igapäevaselt esimesel korrusel Founding Family ehk siis Porsche perekond. Küllap juba märkasid, et kõikidel autodel siin ruumis ei ole Porsche Exclusive Manufaktuuri sildid, vaid on Sonderwunsch. Mis see on?
So when we talk about Sonderwunsch, we're talking about our Sonderwunsch house, and the house consists of 3 rooms. The first one is directly ex-factory, so whenever you want to refine your car to the outmost in terms of color and trim, materials, we're talking about factory commission, and one great example is this one here. It's a Turbo S in Chroma Flare paint jobs, a very, very specific car. But this car was actually built in Zuffenhausen and delivered directly ex-factory. When you move into the next room, so we're talking about factory recommissioning, this is referring to any car that is already out there in customer hand. So let's say an older car, a Carrera GT for example, that has been delivered in silver and comes back and wants to be refined in a different way and different colors, then you bring it back to the factory and the color and trim is done afterwards. So it's not ex-factory, it's later on. And the third room, which is the most iconic, the most specific room, is the factory one-off. So one-off is already talking enough, as I'd say. We're talking about real individual concepts. We're changing the body of the car. We're changing the whole appearance. We're doing technical feasibility checks. It's not about color and trim only. It's mainly about the technical development we're doing for these cars in particular.
Aga meid ei toodud siia Saksamaale ainult tehasetuurile. Meile pakutakse väga autentset söögelamust ja lisaks antakse proovida ka erinevaid ja erilisi Porsche mudeleid. Ja eriliste all ma ei pea nüüd silmas seda Taikane GT Sports Turismot, vaid mudelirivis on 2 tõelist pärli. Üks neist 911 Targa ja teine 911 Sports Classic. Taycan GTS ja Sportsturismo ehk siis universaalkerega auto. Isiklikult minule äärmiselt meeldib selline kere ja see Taycani sõidumugavused on muidugi uskumatult head ja arvestades seda, et see auto läheb alla 5 sekundi sajani, siis see on muljet avaldav. Ja olemegi tagasi Stuttgartis, siin Porsche muuseumi tegelikult ukse ees. Ja meil ukse ees on üks muuseumi vääriline auto ka, millega kahjuks küll mina sõita ei saanud. Sõita saime, või vähemalt mina ja minu autopartner saime sõita siis 911 targaga ja lisaks Taycan Sportsturismo GTS-iga. Muuseumi ees läks ilm natukene käest ära, hakkas sadama ja oli ilge tuul ja üle tee käisid ka kõvad lammutustööd. Aga õhtu edasi viiski hotelli ja täna olen juba Kopenhaagen lennujaamas suunaga Eesti poole ja siinkohal ütlekski suured tänud Porsche Tallinna tiimile ja Jälgi ikka Masinawärki.